Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Denim and Ark here today with Prem predictions, Matchweek 38, the final match week of the season. Finally gonna wrap it up, see who's gonna win the title, who's gonna qualify for Europe. I was gonna say who's relegated, but Luton's chance of staying up is 0.000000001. They'd have to win like 7-0, and then Tottenham would have to lose like 7-0. It's just like not possible. But let's just get right into it. First game, we got Arsenal versus Everton at the Emirates. Let's see what Drew thinks.
All right, for the first game, Arsenal v. Everton, I have Arsenal winning 2-1. Matchweek 38 last week. I think this will be Arsenal's toughest game this entire season. I hate Tottenham didn't win it for them, but yeah. So 2-1 Arsenal.
Okay, last game of the season, Everton. No, not to be disrespectful. Not to be disrespectful at all, but Everton at home, we're going to get it done. 2-0 win. All right. Next game, we got Brentford versus Newcastle at Brentford. I mean, wrapping up the season, Newcastle has more to play for, of course, because they want to get Europe. But I don't think they'll have enough. I think it'll be a 2-2 draw, and Newcastle will not get Europe.
Brentford v. Newcastle, I have 2-2. I think it's Man U, Newcastle, then Chelsea. So I think they'll finish below Chelsea, which is absolutely hysterical. But I have 2-2. So, yeah, I don't think Newcastle will pull a win with this one. So, yeah.
All right. Next game, we got Brighton versus Man U at Brighton. Let's see what Drew thinks.
Brighton v. Man United. I have 2-1 Man United. I think they will... It's their last game of the season. I think they'll try to pull one back. But I think it's 2-1, but I think this could go anyway.
Okay, so I've noticed about this fixture, it's 5 straight games head-to-head with no losses for Brighton. They lost in a penalty shootout, but that doesn't count. So I think they'll continue that and be the bane in Erik ten Hag's side. I think it'll be a 2-1 Brighton win. All right, next game, we got Burnley versus Nottingham Forest at Burnley. Let's see what Drew thinks.
Burnley versus Nottingham Forest. I think Luton is finally relegated. I know I said that last week, but I think I looked at it and I think they could actually get relegated. But I have Forest winning this 3-1. It's really sad to see Luton, Burnley, and Chef all going back. We all knew Chef wasn't. Chef doesn't really have a good team. Burnley is an okay team. I really like Luton's squad. I wish they would stay in the Prem, but I don't know if they'll make it back next year. So, but yeah.
Okay, so I think he'll probably say Burnley won, but I don't really think so. I think it'll be a 1-1 draw. Just like Burnley's done a lot. If you look at Burnley's results list, there's a lot of 1-1 draws, dude. Which maybe if they started earlier in the season getting those, they could have stayed up, but they didn't because Vincent Kompany is a stubborn man. All right. Next game, we got Chelsea versus Bournemouth at Chelsea. Let's see what Drew thinks.
Chelsea v. Bournemouth. Now, if Chelsea wins this game and somehow Tottenham loses to Sheffield United, then they go into Europa instead of conference. But I doubt that'll happen because it's Chef. But I have Chelsea winning 2-1. I think this game will also be very hard for Chelsea. So, yeah, 2-1 Chelsea.
Okay, my prediction, 3-1 Chelsea. I think Cole Palmer gets a last hat trick of the season. And I still think that puts him below Haaland, but I think that puts him 25 goals. If Cole Palmer gets 25 goals in a season, that would be ridiculous. And although I like Bournemouth, I just don't think they have enough to play for either. Next game, we got Crystal Palace versus Aston Villa at Crystal. And I think the bookies were saying that Crystal Palace is the favorite, which is crazy to me. I guess Aston doesn't have very much to play for, and Crystal's been in better form. But, I think Aston Villa pulls it out the bag. I think Ollie Watkins gets a couple, and it's a 3-2 Crystal loss. Let's see what Drew thinks.
Crystal Palace v. Aston. I think Aston won this 3-1. Crystal Palace, absolutely I think they've won their past 4 games, but I don't think this will carry over. I think this will be a really good game, and so yeah, I think Aston won it 3-1.
All right. Next game, we got Liverpool versus Wolves, and I think there's nothing else I can do other than this. To finish up this classic season, let's go with the Liverpool Classic 3-1. They're down 1-0 at halftime, and then they win 3-0.
Liverpool v. Wolves. I honestly have I have 2-1 Wolves. I think I'm down on some points, but I honestly think Liverpool players have nothing to play for. I don't care if people are like, oh, they have the Klopp farewell thing. They don't want him to go out on a loss. They're losing, dude. It's at Wolves Stadium, I'm pretty sure. They're not going to win. If they were in a title race, they would 100% win this game, but I think they're losing.
Next game, we got Luton versus Fulham. Neither really have much to play for. I mean, if Luton can somehow win 7-0 and Nottingham also loses 7, they could maybe stay up, but I think they'll stay 0-0 till halftime. They'll check their phones, or their manager will check, and, I mean, Nottingham will probably be winning at that point, and they'll be like, all right, fuck, it's over, and then they'll concede 4. I think 4-0 in the second half for Fulham. Let's see what Drew thinks.
Luton v. Fulham. I have Luton tying, actually, this. I have Luton tying 2-2. I think they'll try to go out with the fight, even though that they know that they won't get relegated. But I think they'll go up by 2, and then they'll concede 2. That's what I think will happen. So, yeah.
The next game, we got Manchester City versus West Ham. The one game that matters. I mean, not really, but, I mean, it kind of is. And, I mean, Mikel Antonio, I don't know if it's that, but Antonio said that he would score and they would win if it was left up to the last game. And I know he's a little delusional, but why not? Why not? I think 2-2 West Ham. I think we get a beautiful moment where West Ham player scores the equalizer in the 80th, between the 80th and 100th minute. I think they score an equalizer. And if they do, I will buy that West Ham player's jersey. I will do it. If they can get a result, whoever scores the goal that gives them that result, I'm buying their jersey for sure. And I'm going to hang it up right in my background of my room.
Man City versus West Ham. Man City are about to win 4 Premier League titles in the a 4-peat, and I think 7 in the last 8. I think that's right. Which is insane. But I have City winning this 2-0. I think this will be an easier game for them, but I would not count West Ham out. I could see West Ham easily win this game. I really hope West Ham win this game so Arsenal can win the league, because I really don't want a City 4-peat. That no one wants that.
All right. And the last game, we got Sheffield United versus Spurs. I mean, 3-0 Spurs. You know what? Knowing it's Spurs, it could easily be 2-1 Chef, but I'm just going to say 3-0 Spurs. I guarantee Son's going to get some chances that, just like in the City game, but he'll score them here because it doesn't matter, and that's the history of Spurs. All right, let's see what Drew thinks.
Chef v. Tottenham. I have Tottenham winning this 2-1. I don't think Chelsea will finish above them. It would be so amazing if Chelsea did, because I would love to see them in Europa, because I think they could win it. I think they could win Conference League. Champions League right now, I don't think they'll win it. But yeah, so I have 2-1 Tottenham.
Okay, let us know if you agree with the predictions. Let us know who you think will clinch the Premier League title.